Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Phillies Offseason Vidcast, and today I'm joined by Joe, and he has not been on this videocast in forever. He hasn't been on here since August, so he's coming on. Joe, welcome aboard.
What's up, guys?
It's been a while. It's been a while, yeah. Well, guys, the Phillies made a huge splash today. I predicted it. I said it was going to happen, and sure enough, it happened. The Phillies signed free agent pitcher Zack Wheeler to a 5-year, $118 million contract, sources did tell ESPN. And the club, I believe, has not confirmed as of yet, but obviously it's pretty much official. The White Sox actually gave a higher offer than the Phillies, but due to Wheeler's connections with, obviously with his wife and Wheeler's wife's connections to New Jersey, Wheeler was more, prone to go to the Phillies over Chicago. And obviously Chicago's not, the White Sox are not the best of teams, obviously. So this is a great move. Wheeler will now slide into that second rotation spot. Now Matt Klentak and John Littleton and Joe Girardi are now going to have to think of a third starter for that third spot, possibly a Hyun-Jin Ryu. I think we're pretty much out on Garrett Cole and Steven Strasburg. I think we're just going to sit back and watch what happens with that. But I think our attention now should be on getting a middle infielder, a couple more bench pieces, maybe a Dylan Betances in the bullpen, type of those guys. And I definitely think we need a third starter. I've heard Dallas Keuchel, but due to his bad vibes with the Phillies because of the way we treated him last year with not calling him, I think that really pissed him off. So I don't think that's what I talked to Phillies updates about that tonight. Actually, we were talking on the phone, and he actually told me that, and I agreed with him. So this is how I feel about the signing. I mean, first of all, before Joe gets his thoughts, I think we overpaid a little bit, but needed to be done. We needed them, and this reminds me a lot of the Patrick Corbin signing last year with Mike Rizzo when he gave him like 6 years, 144. Obviously, this is not 6 years, 144. This is 5 years, 118. But I like this move a lot. It needed to be done. I mean, you could sit here and say we overpaid. Well, it's either that or we sit in fourth place again with Nick Pavettas and with this Jared Eichhoff's. I understand Jared Eichhoff's gone, but those type of pitchers. Do we really want a repeat of what happened last year? I really don't. It was so frustrating coming on here after every game and being upset about how bad our pitching was to the Marlins. I just don't want to deal with it anymore. And I understand there's going to be frustrating games next year or every year. I mean, even the Nationals had frustrating games. They won the World Series. So, but it's gonna be nice to know that there's gonna be less frustrating games. So we overpaid a little bit, but it had to be done, and I'm glad we got Zack Wheeler. Obviously, he had some injury issues, but he's had a nice past 2 years. He's a good pitcher, and I think he's gonna fit very, very well in this rotation. So, Joe, now I'm gonna allow you to share your thoughts on this signing.
Yeah, I love the signing. I think it, like you said, it had to be done. I do not want to watch another season with the Phillies with the frustrating pitching, not being able to come out and shut down the opposing team. It's just so frustrating. There's still more to be done, though. Like you said, we need to go out and get another. I would like to see a lefty because we don't have any lefties in the starting rotation. So that would be nice. Hamels is already off the board, so looks like we're turning towards the guy over in with the Dodgers. I don't even want to try to say his name.
Hyun-Jin Ryu?
Yeah,
Hyun-Jin Ryu,
he's good.
Yeah.
He had a pretty good year this year. I'd love to see him. Maybe if we can't get him, maybe Keuchel. But like you said, our relation with him is not very strong. Yeah. But now that we have Noah Wheeler, who I think perfect deal. I don't think we overpaid him. He's young still. He hasn't even met his full potential yet, so he still can peak. I think with Nola at the 1, Wheeler in the 2 spot for our rotation, we have Arrieta still at 4,
and then
the third guy.
Zach Eflin is 5th.
Zach Eflin, who's not that bad.
He just needs to be more consistent. I mean, he could be in this rotation in the long haul. He can
easily be.
Yeah, absolutely.
A 3 or a 4.
Right.
Without any question. Because when he's on, he's lights out. And we saw that.
Yeah.
When we gave him run support, we could win games and he could shut batters down.
Right.
Now, we get another stud pitcher, maybe some bullpen help. That's how you win games, especially with our lineup being so slugger heavy.
Mm-hmm.
It's a perfect recipe. You know, we just need some role players. Maybe we go out and sign Didi Gregorius, or we go over towards third base and
maybe call Theo Epstein.
Call Josh Donaldson.
Maybe we call Theo Epstein and talk about Chris Bryant.
Yeah, that's also a possibility. Trading with Chris Bryant.
The Vegas boys.
Yeah.
Harper and Bryant.
I'd love to see Bryant and Harper together.
Oh, the Vegas brothers.
That'd be insane.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Our lineup's strong. I know it's out of the question, but imagine Rendon in there.
Oh my gosh.
Imagine that. I mean, we don't have money for that, but
yeah, he's going to Texas.
No. Yeah. He wants to go home. Mm-hmm. I don't think he wants to stay with the Nationals. That was a weird time.
No, especially after the comment Mike Rizzo made about getting drunk. You hear about that?
Yeah, I think I heard about that.
Because of his wedding?
For like a month.
Yeah.
He's been just drinking for a month,
yeah, well, he is. He just got married, so I guess he's just, he's
like, a weird guy.
Like the two like best things like you win a World Series and you get married in the span of like a week or two.
A month, yeah.
Like that's awesome for him.
Yeah, good for him, but I hate the Nationals. So
Same.
Yeah. But it's only December, and we've already signed 2 people.
Yeah.
So we signed Harrison, right?
Mm-hmm.
And signed Wheeler. So
yeah, well, obviously Wheeler's obviously. I don't want to obviously obviously this Wheeler is way more significant than the
than Harrison. Yeah, I'm biased. I love Josh Harrison. He's so fast. Him and Roman Quinn.
Yeah.
Stealing bases.
I think he's not a lock. As Phillies Up Universe said a couple on Sunday, he said he's not a lock to make this roster, but it's a possibility.
No. He'll be in the minor leagues most of the time, but let's say someone gets hurt and we need him. He's fast, and
right.
if he gets on base, he's very fast.
Right.
He showed what he could do with the Pirates way back in the day, it feels like. I mean, he'd just do crazy-ass stuff, stealing bases all the time.
Right.
But, no, there's more to be done. Definitely someone like Didi or Chris Bryant.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Chris Bryant would be awesome.
You know, I'd give a lot for Chris Bryant,
Same.
But not too much.
Yeah, because he's
– Alec Bohm.
Yeah, well, if we were to get Bryant, we probably would have to give up Alec Bohm.
So. Possibly, but his contract's not that long.
Bryant, yeah, that's what I was about to say.
I believe there's 2 years left on it.
And he's a Scott Boras client. So,
yeah, there's 2 years left on his contract.
And
right?
the Cubs have tried to offer him.
Yeah, but this is the problem. With him, we have to pay Ramuto. He's the best player on this team, besides Harper. We need to pay him.
Yeah.
He is the best catcher in baseball. We need to give him as much money as he wants.
Right. Yeah,
pay out for him. I don't care. He's the best catcher in baseball. He's better than Posey when Posey was in his prime.
Yeah, he's great. And
we need to pay him.
Yeah, we need Aaron Nola also next year to be Aaron Nola. We have to have him.
Yeah, we need him to be an ace.
Yeah,
we need to see the 2018 Aaron Nola again.
We do.
That better come back.
And like maybe the midsummer 2019 Aaron Nola from like June to like August.
He did very good.
Yeah, he had a great like summer. Like the spring and the fall were horrible.
Spring and the fall were terrible.
Yeah, he was horrible. But felt like when we were in school, he was always terrible, and then when we were out of school, he was great. So
yeah.
So hopefully he could just return to having a good form. So I think now the question is, now the next priority is think about what we've done this offseason. We hired Joe Girardi as the manager. We hired Joe Dillon. In order, we hired Joe Girardi. We hired Brian Price. We hired Joe Dillon. We've done a lot of work this offseason. And listen, I mean, I think Girardi is really going to work well with these guys.
I really hope so. My only problem with him is he's god awful at developing players.
Yeah,
that's my worry about him and Alec Bohm.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
Yeah, well, I hope you're wrong.
I hope I'm wrong too, but
yeah, same.
He's known for not being able to develop players.
Yeah, you're right. If you look with the past history, so yeah, I mean, like if you really want to hear me go in depth about the Phillies, like for like an hour or like 45 minutes, you should go listen to that podcast I'm going to do with Phillies updates on Friday. But we're going to, obviously, we like to keep these videos about 20 minutes. But we really, really need another third. I mean, if the Phillies if Matt Klentak says right now, it's like, okay, I'm done for the offseason, that would really infuriate me. Like, this is not where you stop.
We need 2 more big signings. We have the money. We need to give.
They say stupid money, we'll go out and spend it.
Yeah, if you say you got the money bags, go and spend them.
Yeah, and we need to go out and sign.
Get a reliever or a closer or another.
Dylan Betances, Katie Gregorius, and Hyun-Jin Ryu, or someone like that. And then you could say you're done.
Really underrated. I love that guy.
What?
He's got nice stuff. Hyun-Jin Ryu.
Oh, he's great. I mean, he had a great.
Yeah, he's good. He's really good.
Yeah, if we could sign him like a 3-year deal on a good price, I'll take him.
Yep.
Of course.
I give him 3 years, 75.
Yeah, I mean, for a guy who just came off of like a Cy Young type season, I mean, I think that'd be
around that area. Yeah, he pitched like a Cy Young last year.
Yeah, he was an all-star. I think he was the first I think was the first Japanese pitcher start an All-Star game or something.
I have no clue.
Or is he from Korea? Like, I think he might be from like South Korea or Japan. Well, I don't even know, but I know he was like No, obviously he's not from North Korea, but I don't know if he's from South Korea or Japan. I don't know, but I think he held like some honor. He held some honor for like the first like Japanese player to pitch at the start an All-Star game. So he's really good, and we had the money to do it. And you know what? We've non-tendered Cesar Hernandez and Michael Franco, which I'm going to talk more about this weekend because this video is more about Zack Wheeler, and obviously I go over that with my weekly update. So I'm not going to talk about that in this type of video, but we're talking about, our infield, so you have to kind of bring that up. Obviously, that whole Franco situation, the whole scenario didn't work. But you still have – I think people are forgetting about Kingery a little bit. I'm not a huge Kingery fan.
People are really sleeping on him and not thinking about him.
I mean, I like him, but I'm not a huge fan. He still needs to show me some consistency, and I'll be a huge fan of him. And same with Hoskins. Hoskins, I'm going to say something about Hoskins. Like, people are all, listen, Rayce Hoskins is a very good man. He's a very good person. He just got married.
He hasn't showed up, though.
He doesn't. And you know what? I'm sorry. And you need to prove me wrong. I hope I'm wrong. Right now, I've not been impressed with what he's done in his career. You know what? If you have a good year next year, I hope I'm wrong. Prove me wrong. Because I want to see you prove me wrong.
What he's reminding me
I want nothing but the best for him.
Yeah. What he's reminding me was either Dominic Brown for half that season in, 2013, and Michael Franco in 15.
Before he broke his wrist.
Yeah. But, I don't know. I don't really know what to say about Hoskins.
He's a disappointment. There's no other way to say it, really. I mean, what are you, like 224? Something like that?
He didn't show up at the plate.
29 home runs.
He's the average.
And he was a poor defender.
Mm-hmm.
We all thought his WAR in left field in 2018 was horrible. And we all thought that trading Santana away would be – Santana actually had a better year than Hoskins.
Yeah, Santana had a really good year. I feel like whenever the Phillies get someone, they just turn to shit.
I know.
Every time.
I know, man. It's
but hey,
it's really frustrating. But you know what? We are going to put that in the past, and we're looking forward to 2020. 2020 is going to be a great year for the Philadelphia Phillies, and we need Wheeler to stay healthy. He's been healthy the past 2 seasons. We need him to have it. This reminds me so much of the Patrick Corbin. Like, honestly,
a little bit.
So much. Like the thing is like the Phillies kind of came in. Obviously, the Phillies always connected him, but the past 2 days I've been hearing the Twins, White Sox, and I don't even know who else.
And then we just randomly get
Twins, White Sox, and I forgot what other team was in there. I didn't really hear the Yankees, but I've heard like Twins, White Sox, and the Phillies just came out of nowhere. And last year with Corbin, you heard Phillies, Yankees, and then the Nats just came out of nowhere and just swooped in. And like this reminds me of so much of that. And I could see because Wheeler and Corbin share some similar stats. Obviously, Corbin's way better, but there's some stats that they have. There's some stats that they have that are similar. Now, I'm not saying all of them. Don't become and say, "Oh, you're trying to compare, Corbin with Wheeler." I'm not. All I'm saying is that some of their stats are a little bit similar.
Yeah.
And it just kind of reminds me of it. I'm not gonna lie. And obviously, I know, they're completely different, but just honestly, this whole scenario, like I think the Patrick Corbin was actually signed like around this time last year.
I think it was too. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember you like texting me when I was on like my run. And you're like, oh my gosh, he just went to the Nationals. Yeah. So.
No, yeah, and I think it was around the same time we got McCutcheon, because we got McCutcheon about a year ago too.
Yeah. I think we got him like probably about 10 days from now. It will be about a year. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, this is a guy who obviously, as I said, Corbin obviously is a left-hander, and obviously Wheeler's a righty. But that's why I say there can, obviously with the stature as well. But I like this. I like this move a lot. I mean, this is a move that is going to move us ahead. It's going to move us ahead, and you know what? Let's put the past behind us, and we're a much better team than we were at the end of the season already. I mean, we're already making a lot of improvements. So I'm impressed.
100%.
I'm impressed. So keep up the good work.
Getting rid of Franco helped. Getting rid of Cesar helped.
Yes.
And the thing is, our outfield, it's going to move Kingery into the infield.
Yep.
Probably, this is what I hope happens. I really hope we keep Gene Segura at shortstop. I don't want him to move.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't. I want him at shortstop.
Okay.
I want at first base Hoskins. I want at second base Kingery.
Right.
Shortstop being Segura. And then we go out, and I don't want Donaldson. I want to get either Chris Bryant or Didi, because Didi can play
yeah, well, Didi's going to be much easier to get, obviously.
Yeah.
And Didi would probably, if we were to get Didi, then he would move. What's the infield? Hoskins obviously wouldn't change. Hoskins the first. Segura would move to short or second, and then Didi would play short, and then Kingery would be a third baseman. That's what happens. He's not probably. I don't think he'd want to play
third base though with the Diamondbacks.
He could, but but that was when he was.
I don't know if you remember that, but
yeah, I remember him with the Diamondbacks. I remember when he played for the Reds.
Yeah,
but I
remember when Segura played for the Brewers.
Oh yeah, and he played for the Angels at for 3 games at the beginning of his career, and then he got traded. But but I mean, I honestly wouldn't. I mean, I don't know. It's going to be an interesting. We definitely need another infielder, and that's why it really pisses me off that the Reds got Mike Moustakas. But even though they paid him can you really be mad at Mike Moustakas? I mean, we got a 4-year, $64 million contract.
Nice deal for a team.
I'm sorry. I have to say this.
It's a pointless signing, but he got a nice deal.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I have to say this, but I'm not going to say any names of any people, but I just have to say you guys are going to find this really funny. I made a post today about the signing, and then some Reds fan comment said, "Oh my gosh, what an overpay! This is a horrible signing." Like, I'm just curious. I clicked into his account. I saw his recent post. It was about Mike Moustakas. He says, sign Mike Moustakas to a 4-year, $64 million contract. So he said, great signing. So here's a guy who just says that we overpay for a guy. Like, the Reds totally overpaid for Mike Moustakas. I would be not happy.
Yeah. The thing is, we can go somewhere with pitching.
Yeah.
Like, our team can go somewhere if we get good pitching. The Reds aren't going anywhere. A first baseman or third baseman's not going to do them anything. Yeah, and
he's now going to play second base, and now Eugenio Suarez is going to obviously stay at third. And Joey Votto is declining. Like, they just are such a mess. I don't understand the Reds at all. And I like the Reds. My dad, he lived in Cincinnati from age 1 to 13. So my dad grew up kind of a Reds fan. So, and my grandparents are both from Ohio. So my family kind of has a soft spot for the Reds. I don't know if any of you guys know that, but it's just kind of sad. Honestly, the Reds are just such an embarrassment. And
I don't think they've been a good organization since Ozzie Smith.
No.
Or did he play for the Reds? No, he
played for the Cardinals. The Cardinals, yeah. They haven't been a good organization since the big red machine. The big red machine in the 80s, in the 70s, 70s and 80s. I think it was just in the 70s.
He was a big black guy, though. I remember a big black guy on the Reds. That was really good.
I don't remember.
No, I'm curious.
But anyway, yeah, that's our priorities. We like the signing. Joe, do you think we overpaid a little bit for him?
I mean,
it needed to be done.
We have the money, and we needed a pitcher. The White Sox offered him more. So obviously,
man.
Obviously, it wasn't an overpay. in my opinion.
Yeah.
The White Sox wanted to give him even more money.
Yeah. I'd be furious if I was a White Sox fan right now.
I'm correct, right? Same amount of years?
Yeah, I think it was 5 years, but they just paid him more.
Yeah, it's stupid. Anyone that says we overpaid him, well, to watch till the season.
Yeah.
Well, when he goes, let's say, I don't know, 15-3, then we can easily all say he was not overpaid.
Yep. I totally agree with you. Hopefully this is I heard some person compare it to the Jake Arrieta signing. This is nowhere near the Jake Arrieta signing.
No, nowhere near it. Nowhere near it. We all knew Jake Arrieta would be okay and then just not be good. He would be a number 3 or 4.
Yeah, well, pretty much. Unfortunately, he was just horrible for the whole entire time he was with us. So
yeah,
he's trash.
He was okay in the beginning.
Yeah,
in my opinion. Yeah. He had a few games where he had those 10.
Oh yeah, like in April, like in May. And
in April, I remember watching that. It was really cool.
Yeah, well, we didn't pay all that money just to be good for 2 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
It's funny because 2018 was not much different than 2019.
No, he was obviously he regressed.
Yeah, and the thing is that we paid for all these big sluggers and everything in 2019, right?
Yeah.
2018,
one game better
was Michael Franco,
Carlos Santana,
Hernandez, and who was our shortstop? J.P. Crawford.
Kingery was our shortstop for most of the 18.
Oh, well, yeah, and we had J.P.
He was hurt for a while.
Yeah, but think about it. In the outfield, we had Nick Williams.
Oh my God, he hit 17 home runs that year though. Hoskins, he hit 34.
Herrera,
I think he hit around 21.
We had almost the same record. 22. That's just terrible.
Yeah. None of those guys. I heard Nick Williams is going to get traded. I heard Odubel, Herrera. Like those guys. And you could say, well, Nick Williams is a good bench player. Well, he was horrible off the bench this year, and he complained the whole time. He's such a whiner. I can't stand Nick Williams. He acted like he was such a loser when he got sent down. He deleted all the Phillies posts and unfollowed the Phillies. Who are you? Are you 12? Really?
Yeah.
Who do you think you are? And he, on his Instagram bio, says more than just an athlete. Who the hell do you think you are? You think you're some superstar? Really? You can't even hit above 200. More than just an athlete. Maybe he's a professional bum. Maybe that's what he means. But anyway, some exciting news for myself. I actually am in the process of buying new jerseys, a road jersey, the baby blue jersey, and the cream jersey, and I'll be wearing those jerseys when the Phillies wear them. So that'll be kind of cool. I'm really, really happy about that. And my friend here, Joe, also recommended possibly adding a new scenery in the background of a Phillies poster. So it's going to be a really, really fun year next year. So thank you all so much for watching this video. I'm Luke, and we're really excited about this Zack Wheeler signing. Today I was joined by Joe. Joe, thank you so much for coming on. I hope you could maybe come on.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. So listen for Friday at 8 p.m. Dylan, Phillies Updates, and I will be recording our first podcast with the Philadelphia Sports Chronicle. So thank you so much for watching this video. Phillies signed Zack Wheeler to a 5-year, $118 million contract, no opt-outs. Welcome to Philadelphia, Zack Wheeler. We're happy to have you here. So hopefully do not be finished with this, Matt Clintack. Please continue. Thank you so much for watching this video. I am Luke. I was joined by Joe today, and I hope you all have a great rest of your night and have a great rest of your week. See you later.